Everybody having a good time so far? All right, I told Jeff he did not need to time me because LabVIEW is going to time me. So over the past 2 days, I've spoken to many of you about random topics. Oh, no, I'm not going to start yet. I'm giving myself an extra minute because it's me. And
Alan gave him a minute. He can
yeah, exactly. Thank you, Alan. All right, so one of the things I love is to delight members of the LabVIEW community. And over the past 2 days, I've had conversations with dozens of you, and there were many times where I would say something and I could see in your eyes, whoa, that's so cool. I just introduced you to something you hadn't heard before. I've been writing all of those down over the past 2 days. And so what I've done is I have put that in a list. It is going to be generated randomly while I present, and I'm going to try to get through as many of these as I can in 7 minutes. There's no way I can get through all of them in 7 minutes. I'm going to try to get through all of them in 7 minutes, and just to show you that I'm not lying, we've got a random number generator that's pulling out of this string array, which has all of those things. In the upper right corner, we've got an exit LabVIEW. So at the 7 minute mark, this is going to shut down and I won't be able to talk about it anymore. Are y'all ready?
Yes.
All right, here we go. First thing is, all right, quick drop like UI. So let me bring up a demo that I have. If you've never seen this before, you guys are going to have to write stuff down. If you try to take pictures, you're probably going to miss it. Okay, so this enum has a bunch of things in it. If I right click and do select item, I get a quick drop like UI where I can type something and go navigate to it, as opposed to having to click this and scroll for forever. The same thing works on case structures. So if you right click and do show case, it brings up a similar UI where you can type in something. Let's see, what does this have? It has one of those in there. You can double click on it. And if you're saying to yourself, that's a really neat feature, I could also use that in the UIs that I write. Well, then go to Google and type in quick drop UI. And I'm typing, I'm making a bunch of mistakes while I type because I'm trying to go so fast. And you will be brought up to a web page on ni.com where you can download a VI that does exactly what I just showed in those two features that I had there. All right, next item in the VI. Let's roll those dice. All right, my Excel nugget. So go to Google and type in Darren's Excel nugget, and you will be brought up to one of my occasional nuggets. And in this occasional nugget, I have posted a VI. This is not the VI, a VI. Download that VI. It is a single VI. It does not use ActiveX. It is not part of the report generation toolkit. It will read the contents of an XLSX file. That's really useful if you need to do it on a machine that doesn't have Word or doesn't have Excel installed or whatever. You can download that VI and it will work. It's a single VI. All right. Next up, let's roll those dice and see how to speed up EXE builds. Buy a machine that has the fastest gigahertz number that it can have. Number of cores doesn't matter. All builds in LabVIEW are single core. So get a machine that has a high gigahertz number. Your builds will be faster than a machine with a bunch of cores, but a lower gigahertz number. Next up. Okay, this is a fun one. All right, so I have a demo VI here. Okay, so if you have let's say a build array function, and you need to remove a bunch of items from like one of the ends, that's really easy. You just drag the node up, right? Well, what if you need to remove some items from the middle? Like you've got a build array that's like this. Well, you could right click on every one of those things and pick remove input, or you could select the build array, press Control Space, Control Shift R, and that will remove all of those items in the middle so you don't have to right click every single one of them. Next item. dnet.org, if you've never gone to my website before. Every presentation that I give on my own, I post here. I update them frequently. You can see it Intro to DQMH is the one I've updated the most frequently. If you keep scrolling, you'll find the one about an into brainless LabVIEW programming, which Fabiola says is my best presentation. I happen to feel that what to expect when you're expecting an error is my best LabVIEW presentation. And then if you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see the one about the VI Analyzer was last updated in June 2020. So you can see I keep these things updated pretty frequently. All right, next item. Okay, 4 minutes left. Awesome. Debugwrite.vim. So if you have my hidden gems package installed, then you will have debugwrite.vim. And if you've never seen this thing before, this is a VI that while your code is running, it's a malleable VI, don't hate me. It will, here, let me drop a weight in here so you can actually see what it does. How about 250, because we're going fast. When you run the VI, it pops up a debug window that shows every value that's wired into that thing. Super useful when you're trying to debug a large code base. Just sprinkle those debug-write malleable VIs everywhere across your code. This is a VI that's located inside of VI-lib, so it ships with LabVIEW. It's not on the palettes. If you install my hidden gems package, you will get this VI on your palettes and in Quick Drop. ni.com/hidden gems is where you can go to learn more about that. All right. Next item. Zoom It. Okay, so this is the tool that Norm has been using, that I've been using, that Dan Press used. It is the tool that lets you do things like zoom in while your code's running and then like draw boxes around things. Norm is a Zoom It wizard. He knows all of the cool tricks. I know literally what you just saw, zoom in and draw a box. I don't know anything else, but that's all I need to know for my presentation. So go to Google, search for Zoom It, download the one from Microsoft, not from some random other website. Grab the one from Microsoft right there. And you can have the same tool. There's a lot of people in this room, I will not name names, who should probably be using this tool in their presentations.
Amen.
All right. Remember, there's always people in the back of the room. Next item, Quick Drop Recenter. Okay, so Quick Drop, sometimes you run into this situation. It's usually like if you're using a remote desktop or you change your resolution settings or you hook up a monitor and you don't forget where Quick Drop, like you press control space and you don't see it. Like it's off screen, or it's like, I'm sort of simulating that here, it's down there. If Quick Drop is ever up and this runs into you, just press F3. It will center it on your main monitor, so it's no longer off screen. All right, that came up at dinner last night. Yep. And my guess was that it was F3 and I was right. Okay, set text icon. So I have a VI. It is in a library. And I'm going to here, let me move it over so you can see the icon a little better. People in the back of the room, I don't want the projector to block your view. I'm going to bring up Quick Drop. I'm going to type in demo text icon, and I'm going to press Control K. And what that does is that assigns a text-based icon to my VI. I don't have to go to the icon editor. The icon editor, it lets you do a lot of stuff, but for this, you don't need to go there. Just do the trick that I just showed you. All right, next item. The NAT sequence. If you've never worked with the NAT sequence before, Google NAT sequence, and you will be brought to a tool. It is basically a better version of the flat sequence. It's a little mini pattern that I use all over the place. It's really useful for making code run sequentially, but still giving you the visibility on your block diagram to be able to navigate cases and stuff like that. So go grab the NAT sequence if that's something that sounds interesting to you. I'm happy to talk about any of this stuff during dinner tonight as well. I know I'm going really fast. LabVIEW 2023 Q3 will have Zoom. That is not a joke. That is a feature in LabVIEW 2023 Q3. I was going to stop here, but then I found out something today. Let's go to Google and type in download LabVIEW. And let's skip the sponsored link at the beginning by NI, which doesn't take you to the LabVIEW download page, but the second one does. And you can see that LabVIEW 2023 Q3 is available to download today. So you can grab it and try. I'm serious. We have block diagram zoom in LabVIEW in 2023 Q3 if you did not know that already. All right, next 30 seconds, crap. Okay, if you have never read this page, LabVIEW compiler under the hood, you need to go to this page and you need to bookmark it and you need to read it at least once a year. I did my once a year reading a few months ago. This is gonna teach you a lot about some of the stuff that Jim Crean was talking about in his presentation. A really useful page, 12 seconds, crap. If you have ad builder problems, add this item to your INI file and it will create an extended log file next to your LV proj that includes additional debugging information. Google that, and it's a web page that I wrote that's the best page on internet.com. Thanks, everybody.
A special thanks goes out to Kevin Shirey, Quentin Q. Aldridge, Mark Balla, and Jeff DeBoer for their help in filming. And of course, this GDevCon NA 2023 wouldn't be possible without all of our sponsors. Thanks.
Love you too, Fab, and everybody else.